In less than 9 days, I'll be in Japan once again for the Japan Mobility Show, and I'll be giving you hands-on coverage from Toyota, Honda, Mazda, Subaru, etc. Okay, but Kawasaki was there last year, or should I say 2 years ago, and at the time I didn't have my motorcycle channel. Well, now I do. So if Kawasaki has anything there, I'll definitely show you guys. But most importantly, Honda's booth is going to have some crazy EV concept thing. Looks like Akira, the anime kind of motorcycle, like a futuristic sort of thing. But that's not what I'm really excited about. I'm really excited about the CB1000F and FSE. Both of those bikes have been, they're essentially on sale in Japan. And there has been no word for America, but I highly, highly expect them to make it here. So today we're going to talk about the CB1000F and SE, and make sure you subscribe because I'm going to sit on those bikes in Japan, in Tokyo, in about 2 weeks from now. So you want to make sure you're locked in, subscribe to the channel, and let's throw a leg over the baby Ninja. You know, Honda, she's dirty because I'm doing some construction in my garage. Anyways, Honda has the CB500 now, the CB500 Super 4. I almost said Super Sport. No, it's Super 4. And that bike is, well, it's for the Chinese market. And there's no word of whether the Super 4 would come to rival this bike directly here in the United States. I think it should. And it would be very, very, very interesting if it did. But that CB500 Super 4 is styled nearly identically, kind of that 80s retro design. Similar to the new CB1000F, and we know it's if Honda was bringing both, great, that's the dream to America. How about we take a left here today? They're doing construction on this road, which could suck, but I'm really curious and see how far this road has come along here. So more than likely Honda is bringing that CB1000F to America. There's no way that they're not. I think it would be a huge failure if they didn't bring this bike to the market. But the cool thing is they actually have pricing over in Japan. And I'll put my little spreadsheet that I made on the screen for you guys. And so I don't have much to go off of other than direct conversions and also the pricing of the CB750 Hornet and the CB1000 Hornet SP. Okay, you can't just take a direct conversion, because if you look at the direct conversion of the CB750 in Japan, that bike should only cost like $7,000 in the US. In fact, it's priced at $8,000 here. All right, so even though the direct conversion of this CB1000F and SE is like under 10,000, I think, all the way up to maybe 11,000, something like that for the SE model, that doesn't guarantee the pricing is going to be around there. In fact, Honda likes to charge substantially more for their products in America, despite the direct conversion. You got to keep in mind there are tariffs involved and shipping costs, and the bikes are going to be fairly expensive here. Now, the US dollar is strong versus the Japanese yen, okay, and that is going to benefit this bike. So it has to be, in my opinion, because it doesn't have the same equipment as the CB1000 SP Hornet, and as a result, it has to be at least the base model, not the F model. The SE has to cost less than that, and that retails, I think, at $10.99. all right, you guys can see it on the screen. So it's going to start probably either at $9,999 or $10,499 for the entry-level model. Okay, so road closed. They haven't made it past here yet. I want this road to open up significantly or fast, because it will significantly change the traffic volume in and around my neighborhood for the better. Okay, this is a golf club of the Everglades. At the Golf Club of the Everglades, that's what they call themselves. I think I've been out here once before, Yeah, this road just kind of ends at golf retirement homes situation. All right, so we're gonna do a little U-turn by the Mitsubishi Outlander. It's pretty clean looking. It is not the PHEV, by the way. This is kind of a blind turn, which is sketch. So let's go. Oh, I wonder what's down this street. I'm gonna explore a little bit. What's down this way? Okay, I might eventually run into a dead end here, but that's okay. Hopefully, I mean, it's a construction zone, so it's a bit risky taking a bike down here because, well, I don't want any debris in the road. I don't want any screws or nails in my tire, sort of thing. But I think those guys are actually working for the power company. They're burying the power lines, if you can see that. But, you know, I'm such a sucker for a round headlight and retro design that I'm really drawn to this CB1000F. I'm not drawn to the CB1000 Hornet, even the SP with the upgraded stuff. Okay, road closed. Where does this lead? What is this? If it was like a county thing, you would think there would be, oh, see, there's golf. Okay, there's golf carts. So this must be a golf course of some kind. Okay, well, big surprise, a golf course in Florida. Oh, that bug hurt. That was a big sucker. Most of you are biased towards this bike, and I am biased towards it because it gives me tons of usable power and performance, lots of fun without ever having to go too fast or do anything too crazy. All right. However, I'm a sucker for retro design, and I love the sound of an inline 4, and that CB1000F does it. If the CB1000F and the CB500 Super 4 come out, I would probably, I don't know which one I'd consider over the other, all right, because I kind of already have that small displacement fix here with my bike, and I would have to trade in my bike for either, because there's no way I'm keeping, I just don't have the space, or I don't want to pay insurance on a whole bunch of different bikes. Oh man. Oh, geez. So good. All the speed I need. But that's what I say, you know, until I get an inline 4, or if I get an inline 4 almost, you know, it's a liter bike. You know, it doesn't have 200 horsepower, but you flash that thing. I know in Japan it says about 128 horsepower, but you know it's capable of 150 to the wheel, that 999 engine. So just like the Hornet SP, right? It's kind of neutered for our market, but you just get a flash on it, put an exhaust on it, and that thing's rocking 150 to the wheel. Not that I don't need any more you know, it's not so much about the peak horsepower that a flash gives, it's the, you know, the better day-to-day operation of the throttle, and no like weird dips or dives. Just a very progressive throttle response is what a good flash and tune can do for your bike, and that would definitely be the case for the CB1000F. Now, I honestly will sit at my desk and look back and forth between the F and the non-F model. Okay, don't pull out in front of me, please. Thank you. And I don't know, like, the F only gives you like a radiator shroud and the headlight shroud, or fairing if you want to call it that. So honestly, I don't know which one looks, but I think they both look amazing. And I'm not sure which one I would get if I were to buy it and trade this bike in. All right, you guys are probably saying don't trade it in, or maybe some of you are saying, hey, do trade it in if that CB1000 does come stateside. It has to. That's the biggest weakness with the Hornets, man. They're just so damn ugly, in my opinion. They're absolutely hideous. There should be a CB750F as well. and they just need to cancel the CB650R and the CBR 650R, especially if they bring in the Super 4s, okay? We don't need a 650 inline 4. We just need the new CBR 600RR that Europe has. Don't know why we still have the old ones. It's bizarre. But, you know, as cool as that bike is, I would still rather have the CB500 Super 4 or the fully fared CB500RR or whatever they call it. And it's just a perfect day. I don't have, that's one of the weaknesses of this bike. There's very few. It doesn't have a temperature gauge, so it's probably getting close to 80, but the humidity is not bad. It was like 69 degrees taking the kids to school today. Just absolutely perfect weather for riding, and just perfect weather in general. It's just perfect. Nice breeze, as you guys can see. Maybe the pine trees and the palms down there just kind of having a little dance in the wind. Oh, great day to ride. There we go. Oh, lordy. Huh. The only turns I have are green arrows in Florida. It's so depressing. And while I love the handling of this bike, I'm not going to ride it 2 hours to go track it for 2 hours and then ride home 2 hours to Miami and back. I would be absolutely exhausted. So I love this bike. I'm not married to it. I'm married to my wife. So it's not like I have to keep this bike forever. I mean, motorcycling is just a hobby of mine, and I also like making videos on motorcycles. So if you guys would love to see like a 1-year ownership experience with the CB1000F, let me know in the comments. I mean, I would miss this bike immensely, but I'm always open to having new experiences. All right, I had my experience with the MT-09. You might be saying, Kirk, this is going to be another MT-09 experience all over again, right? You said that bike had too much torque and power. The bike was uncomfortable. It was this, all the wind buffeting, all that stuff. That's true, but a lot can be forgiven if the bike is hot and gorgeous, like the CB1000F. It's a good looking bike, man. I think it looks better than the Z900 RS. That's subjective, of course. I think it looks better than the XSR 900. All right, if I would have bought the XSR 900 first instead of an MT-09, maybe I would have stuck with that bike. Just not quite sure. All right, but you'll be saying, oh, 1 month, 2 months after owning the CB1000F, you might be saying, Kirk, you're going to come to the same conclusions that, you know, it's more power than you need for the streets. It's uncomfortable. The suspension isn't very good on it. That's the thing. Like, yeah, I don't expect the suspension to be as good as this bike. All right, I don't expect it to be as comfortable. Oh, I hate to say that, but it's probably true. I like how I'm leaned forward a little bit here, but man, it's the looks. I'm just such a sucker for looks, and this bike looks amazing. I love it in the 40th anniversary. I love it so much. Oh my gosh, I just want to look at it. I want to get off my bike and look at it. Okay, here we go. Come on, come on. I gotta shut down because I know there are cops in my neighborhood today. So, guys, I'm really tempted. And what if I sit on this CB1000F in Japan and I am smitten? I'm like, I gotta buy this thing. Sorry, baby ninja. Sorry, what my girls call Kiwi. It's time to let you go and make room for this CB1000F in my garage. I don't know. Time will tell. My butt will tell me a lot. My heart will tell me a lot when I'm with the bike in Japan. But until then, I'll see you guys in the comments. Stay tuned. I can't wait to bring that coverage to you. And make sure to check out my main channel if you like automobiles, because, well, that's my bread and butter. I post there every day, sometimes twice a day. And my motorcycle channel is kind of like once a week sort of thing. Sometimes less, sometimes more, you know. Just depends on how much extra time I have. But I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe out there, guys. Ride safe. And peace.